The Lizzie Borden was actually a murderous lesbian theory has a sensationalist quality to it, and being such a recent theory, it may have gained steam because of its entertainment value rather than the actual facts. In the Hays Code era of Hollywood, queer characters were considered deviant and could not be portrayed as being rewarded. There are still examples of the murderous closeted lesbian trope in mainstream media today. In Black Swan, Natalie Portman's character's attraction to women is a key detail in her descent into madness. In Rebecca, the title character's obsession with her boss, a woman, leads her to murder. Making Lizzie Borden a lesbian explains her actions in a way that makes sense to the tropes we're used to, and the theory has continued to spark new interpretations of the events. The 2018 film Lizzie, starring Chloe Sevigny as the title character and Kristen Stewart as Bridget, takes the lesbian theory deeper and shows a completely fictionalized version of how Lizzie's secret affair with the maid may have driven her to murder. From the lesbian romance being presented as a response to rape to sexualization of the murder scenes, the film is an example of how lesbians are still characterized as going through a phase or harboring dark urges that manifest in their sexual orientation. In 1892, the prosecution against Lizzie involved little solid evidence and was made up of mostly misogynistic assumptions and unsubstantiated rumors. She was acquitted because the jury couldn't bring themselves to believe that a woman of Lizzie's socio-economic status could be capable of such a grisly crime. As far as anyone can tell from the records, the verdict was based on social standing and had nothing to do with ideas around sexual orientation. After she was acquitted, Lizzie and her older sister Emma used their inheritance to buy a new house in a different part of town. They were generally reclusive, but Lizzie made friends with a stage actress named Nance O'Neill. According to news reports, Emma did not approve of the relationship and eventually moved out. While the notion that Bridget and Lizzie were having an affair is basically pure fan fiction, the possibility that Lizzie had a romantic relationship with Nance O'Neill, who was an out and proud lesbian, is much more likely. It is still based on rumor and conjecture rather than fact. And we all know it's very possible for two women to have a close relationship that has nothing to do with romance. Although we'll never know the truth for sure, public opinion remains that Lizzie Borden did kill her parents. Money and a desire for freedom are the most likely motives, but given how deviant sexuality has been portrayed over the last century, it's no surprise that Lizzie Borden was an axe-murdering lesbian is now the dominant theory. As part of the true crime as entertainment genre, infamous cases like the Borden murders come across more like legend than something that actually happened. We'll never know the truth anyway, and it's not hurting anyone, so why not, right? But relying on the same tropes continues to reinforce them, leaving less space for more nuanced portrayals of LGBTQ+ experiences. Lizzie Borden may or may not have been a lesbian, but we do know that there was a lot more to her and the murders than who she was attracted to.